sometime in early April. We'll announce when that date's going to be in the summer, later summer. And then I think we'll roll out details as they become available because, this is a work in progress and it's a labor of love for our folks to put it together.
Already announced tributes include Euchre's signature on the outfield grass throughout the season, tribute patches, and a moment of silence prior to the first pitch at the March 31st home opener. Sports, traffic, weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 9:04.
Sponsored by AccuNet Mortgage.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Chief Anti-Heartbreak Officer Brian Wickert. While national headlines talk about the inventory of homes for sale being a lot higher this year, that's still not the case in most of Wisconsin. The good news is that now, even in winter, AccuNet's experienced loan consultants are already helping many of our pre-approved home shoppers become homeowners and avoid the heartbreak of losing in a multi-offer situation. Sure, you can go with a flimsy, unimaginative bank pre-approval, or you can present your offer with an AccuNet rock-solid, fully verified, and guaranteed pre-approval that also might come with the phrase that really makes sellers happy: no appraisal required. When an appraisal is needed, we can also show you in dollars and cents what it means to willingly pay a certain dollar amount over the appraised value if that's what's needed to win, which is usually a lot less scary than people imagine. Reduce your risk of home shopper heartbreak by getting started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
We get it. You're on the go, and life gets in the way. Stay up to date on all things WTMJ with podcasts of every show available on WTMJ.com. And don't forget you can stream WTMJ online and watch your favorite WTMJ shows on YouTube. Every show, when you want it, no matter where you are. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Time for WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. It's going to be another sunny day of Cactus League baseball as the Brewers look to secure a win today in Arizona against the LA Angels at American Family Fields of Phoenix today at 2 o'clock. And the Milwaukee Bucks hope to gain a win later tonight at home as they take on the Orlando Magic. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. And in Badger news, number 12 Wisconsin men's basketball team takes on Penn State in their Big Ten play today at the Kohl Center. Tip-off is at noon. Badger sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, Siding, and a whole lot more. Take a look at those roads with your WTMJ Johnson Sons Paving time-saver traffic. We've got a couple of incidents right now. We've got a crash on the exit to Hampton Avenue from I-41 US 45 south, and then over on I-94 west, 0.3 miles beyond the ramp from 70th Street. Left shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. And then up on 43 north at Port Washington Road, right shoulder is closed due to a disabled vehicle as well. And that roads are looking clear across the Milwaukee area.
Traffic is sponsored by St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores. Highway 100 and Layton Avenue in Greenfield. 23rd and Lincoln and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee. Great bargains and a great cause. You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
All right, take a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Saturday's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 47 degrees. Leading in tonight, which will be clear and cool with a low of 30 degrees. Sunday's going to be mostly sunny and mild with a high of 56. Those rising temperatures will lead into Monday, which will be mostly sunny and mild, but a high of 60 degrees. Tuesday will be partly cloudy, cooler than Monday, but with a high of 51 degrees. Heading into Wednesday, which will be mostly cloudy, with a high of 47 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 32 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 25 degrees. In Waukesha, it's 31 degrees. And in Milwaukee, right now, it's 29 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:08.
The following program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma brands. Need a vacation? Whether it's the trip of a lifetime or a weekend getaway, we can help. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
And Dayton Kane is off today. I'm Libby Collins. Joining us as always, Rose Gray from Fox World Travel. And Rose, I am so excited this morning, and you know why.
I do. Libby, this is so exciting. First of all, before we get into the excitement, Fox World Travel has got some serious deals going on right now and some opportunities for you for Europe. So we've kind of combined all of that information into one text that you can receive by texting 855-616-1620 FWT, Fox World Travel, and you will get a link to vacations on sale. So if you've missed out on the winter getaway type thing, and now everybody's in your family is mad at you, and you can still salvage that by giving us getting that booked. But then also we know that what's really trending this year is going to be Europe, and so we want to make sure that you know what's going on there. So great deals to be had. FWT, do it in uppercase so that it doesn't autocorrect to get to 855-616-1620. Now the exciting news. 2 weeks ago, you were listening on the air. I said we've got an amazing opportunity for those of you who are still looking to go to Africa in 2025 with our good friends at African Travel. And Libby, what then happened?
I signed up immediately. And let me tell you why. Because this is, in the intro, you talk about the trip of a lifetime. Literally, since I was a kid, I've always wanted to go to Africa, and I've missed out on at least 3 different opportunities throughout that time. And the minute I heard about the Tanzania trip, I said to my husband, that's it. We're going. I'm going alone if you're not coming with me. And, of course, he is going to come. But I cannot tell you how excited I am. I've been pumped ever since we talked with Becca, who's been there. She's one of your advisors. And talk about the trip of a lifetime. And I'm so glad I did because it sold out already.
It did. So we announced it 2 weeks ago. We had a show at SIP Milwaukee. If you've never been to this lovely, charming wine bar, wine shop, gift shop in Mequon, I suggest you go. We love it. And we love hosting intimate in-person shows there, which we did on the 3rd of March. However, when I was talking to Libby, I said, I am very worried since this trip is only going to be 14 max passengers, that by the time that week goes by and we have that event on the 3rd of March, we may not have any more space to sell. So Libby jumped on it immediately.
Oh, I did. You know I did.
I know you did. So this is very exciting. I'm excited, but sad that that's sold out. So what I'm going to tell you is this. If you go to our website at foxworldtravel.com and you go to vacation travel and then you go to vacation Fox Group Vacations, if you scroll down to exotics, travel to exotic destinations, which include a trip to Morocco with Rose Gray, a trip to Egypt with Colleen Alsberg, you will also see Safari and Sunsets, South Africa and Zimbabwe in May of 26, and on safari in Tanzania in October of 26. So if you missed out, you still have an opportunity to do the Tanzania trip, but just in 26 instead. We're working with the most amazing African travel company I've ever dealt with, and it's African Travel. We had the most wonderful show at SIP Milwaukee. As I mentioned, our good friend Rocky from that company came, and if you weren't passionate about possibly going to Africa before you arrived, you are now, because he made you want to go.
Oh, well, and you know what? The interesting thing is, and as I said, this has been a dream trip for me for years, Rose. I've done more research on Africa than you could ever imagine. And when I saw the itinerary for this Tanzania trip, I knew that was where I wanted to go. just in terms of what you're going to see there and what you're going to experience and all of the game drives, which is what I'm so excited about. And I'll tell you, if you did miss this one, you're right. It's great that you've got another opportunity in 2026 to sign up for it.
Yep. So we are grateful that African Travel was able to get us one for 25, and we are more than grateful that we have two opportunities, South Africa and Tanzania, in 26. So as Libby said, we have specialists. So if you get the call, get the feeling that you have to go and you want to fill out a form and get some more information, when you go to our website, you will see a rectangle goldenrod shape in the bottom right-hand corner of the page, and it says plan your trip. All you need to do is give us information, and then our leadership team sorts through those and gives those to the right people. We often talk about, we're not a commission-based type situation. We want each one of you to have the most special experience. And if somebody says, you know what, I know a little bit about Africa, but I know somebody that's been to Tanzania. One of our advisors has been to South Africa. One of our advisors has been to Kenya. Would you like to work with that person? They're fine handing that off to you. We want you to have the best experience.
And that's what we did when we talked with Becca, who has been to Tanzania, who's been to these sites that we're going to be experiencing in November. I felt so, I just felt so informed and comfortable with what I was learning from her, because this is it's a a good dollar trip, but boy, what you're going to experience for that is just amazing.
And what I feel like, as I looked at the itinerary when they very first offered us this about 3 weeks ago, this is how fast this moved. I said the exact same thing, Libby. This itinerary hits every highlight. This itinerary is mobile. You are moving around on this itinerary, but you are seeing what you need to see in Tanzania in a very, very comfortable way.
Yes, the comfort. There are toilets.
It is. There are, yes. All of us at SIP.
That was my first question. It really was. Tell me about the bathrooms.
Exactly. All of us at SIP Milwaukee had the same question but never raised our hand, and then Rocky mentioned it. And by the way, yes, of course there are flush toilets. So.
Which is a huge, huge thing.
Yes.
All right, we've got Rose Gray here, and we've got more. We want to talk more about these European trips that you're planning, and also we're going to be taking your questions on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. It is the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ. It's 9:16 and 29 degrees.
Planning a getaway? Reserve a parking space that includes superior service and value. Exec Park is the only local family-owned valet parking serving travelers using Mitchell Field for over 42 years. Exec Park has an even greater deal for a limited time just for WTMJ fans. It's just $8.50 a day with cash payment when you mention WTMJ. To get terrific valet parking at this amazing rate, make your required parking reservation today. Call 414-747-1000 or visit execpark.com and tell them you're a fan of WTMJ.
You're going to get a free furnace from Quality. No gimmick. You'll get a free furnace. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace. And this heat pump is not only going to give you 2 sources of heat and a backup, but also the heat pump will act as an AC system to cool your home as well. It's extremely efficient. I have a heat pump in my own home, and this I know. Your heat pump will cut your energy bills substantially. You'll be getting a top-of-the-line heat pump system and a free furnace. And you'll save thousands plus qualifying government incentives. So now, through March 31st, you'll get a heck of a deal from Quality. This is the only time of the year we can do this. So call Quality, and let's get you taken care of. Get your free furnace and upgrade your home's HVAC system to absolute max efficiency. Buy a heat pump from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace through March 31st.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Is outdoor living limited at your place? Well, imagine a deck, a patio, pergola, fire pit, maybe even an outdoor kitchen in your yard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a local, family-owned company that consults, designs, and builds these things. They're the best. Let them make Outdoor Living Unlimited in your yard like they did in ours. We are Wisconsin. We live outdoors as much as possible. Make the most of it with help from Outdoor Living Unlimited. See OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek. Have you been to the Hounds and Tap yet? In Menominee Falls, this state-of-the-art facility and the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. Grab a drink at the indoor-outdoor tavern, let your dogs hang out. You can even book professional grooming services. From pedicures to full spa treatments. Every day is a play day at the Hounds and Tap. Hang out with your dog and others, or drop your dog off for doggy daycare or doggy boarding services. Check out thehoundsandtap.com. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the arena at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, cold tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the arena at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds.
Planning a vacation? We've got you covered. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
A lot of our fans are texting FWT to 855-616-1620 to learn more about the Fox World Travel feature deals to Europe and beyond. But we're also getting some questions, Rose, and one of them is about the Costa Rica trip in November. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so this is also listed under the exotic section of the Fox World Travel group page, and it is November 1 through November 8, and it's called Wild Wonders of Costa Rica 2025. Now, I will tell you, there are several ways to do this beautiful country, one of which is to fly into Liberia and lay on a beach, oftentimes a black sand beach in that Guanacaste area, and stay at an all-inclusive resort and take day trips out to our Arenal Volcano, Monte Verde Cloud Forest, do some zip lining, that kind of thing. But this is a little bit different. So on this particular itinerary, you're actually going to fly into San Jose. And so you're in the middle of the country, and then you're going to be taking a motor coach throughout the country and seeing the things that I just mentioned. One of which is Tortuguero National Park, where you see the howler monkeys and all kinds of sloths and spider monkeys and crazy things like that. Then you're going to do Arenal Volcano. You're going to do the Arenal National Park. You're going to basically see the interior of Costa Rica, which is not what you do when you go to the other destinations. So there's a few little special treats we've got planned for you. We've got a cooking class that we're going to be doing so you can learn all about that beautiful cuisine. And what I love about this country is that the people are so incredibly friendly. English is their second language and mandatory in school. School is compulsory. They're very high on education. Not so high on fixing their roads. So this is why you let somebody else do the driving.
You know, I've been to Costa Rica a number of years ago, and it's beautiful. And as you said, the people are amazing. They love Americans, but the sights that you can see, because there's so much natural forests and the wildlife, it's just amazing. Not to mention, you're between two different bodies of water, and you literally can go from one coast to the other in just a very short period of time.
And again, we know there are several ways to do it, and maybe self-drive isn't one of them. So
no.
how about
No.
let somebody else do the driving? And so that is that, and you can find that information on our website. And I did go ahead and send the link to the texter, so that's a good opportunity. Some savings to be had for those of you who booked that before the 3rd of July, but I don't know that I would wait that long because it may not be available.
I would definitely do it now. All right, another question we have is about passports. Now, somebody out there, they took your advice on going online, and they got their passport very quickly.
In 3 weeks. So thank you, listener, for letting us know that they went ahead and did it online, and they... some people have had a little issue uploading the photo. It doesn't appear that this was the case here. I love the text. It's actually said it was easy peasy. So if that isn't saying a lot. And how do you find out about passport information and renewal online? It's travel.state.gov. And when you go to that website, you will be amazed to see how user-friendly it is and how very clear it makes it it gives you information about the passport renewal process. It gives you all the criteria for who is eligible to do a renewal online and who is not. And then I will also tell you on that website, when you go to travel.state.gov, very prominently on that page, you will also see an opportunity for you to register any international trip that you're doing with STEP, Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. And I encourage everybody who is traveling during spring break or any time to, including Mexico, the Caribbean, or any of those destinations, but also Africa or Europe or wherever you may be going. If you register your trip, you will have the government's got your back. Let's put it that way. And so you may be a little annoyed because you will get a lot of text. So, and any change to that country, any updates to that country, sometimes you look at them and say, I don't understand why this is important to me, but I'd rather be more informed than uninformed. And so you might want to take a look at registering any international trip on the STEP, with the STEP program on that website, travel.state.gov.
Excellent idea and advice as well. Rose Gray is here. It is a Fox World Travel Show. We've got more questions coming in. We're also going to tell you about a trip to Poland. It's all ahead right here on WTMJ, 924 and 29 degrees.
You wake up feeling like you just boxed 12 rounds. Some wake up sweating with sore jaws, headaches, and a lot of our patients complain of brain fog. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and these signs, often joined with snoring, are sleep apnea symptoms. And if this sounds like you may have been in a struggle last night between you and this serious disorder. Many people aren't willing to fight back. But the fact is, you can't go through these nightly struggles without ramifications that each night chip away at your life's expiration date. I get it. You don't want to wear a CPAP mask. You may find out you don't need one. We have every effective sleep apnea solution available. And believe me, the mask is the last resort.
It's time to take action to stop your sleep struggle. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
This change has leveled us up while being able to maintain the same quality of service that we've always provided, with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. We're proud to be part of the Century 21 family, so you can move fearlessly with the added confidence of top-of-the-line marketing for maximum home exposure. And that means more eyeballs and the real potential for the highest price for your home. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Find a perfect vacation, no matter your budget. This is the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Do I hear a polka? It makes me want to go to Poland, if for no other reason, Rose, than for the food, because I love pierogies. But you've got a trip coming up in September, and this is really a journey through history.
This really is. And so for many years we included Poland on itineraries. It was just like, I don't want to say an afterthought, but it was, Poland and Hungary and Germany or something like that. And several years ago, we just did a standalone Poland, kind of keeping in mind the very strong Polish heritage we have in the southeastern Wisconsin area, and also the fact that the manager of our Brookfield office is first-generation Polish. And so we thought, we asked her and said, can this country stand on its own 2 feet on an itinerary? And she said, by all means. And so that would be Diane Shechat, will be taking this trip in September. And she speaks fluent Polish, first of all. And to me, that would be a right. Big seller. But this, Krakow and Zakopane and Auschwitz, of course, and just ending in Warsaw, and it's just a great itinerary. So what I'm suggesting is if you want more information, because if you book and deposit by the 12th of May, which is coming up, you can receive a $300 off per person discount on this fascinating Poland itinerary. So I would check it out, get with somebody at Fox World Travel, and get that deposit made.
It sounds like a great idea, and again, what a wonderful experience, especially if you got some Polish heritage, you want to go back and check out your ancestors' country. All right, now let's take a look at some of the questions we have coming in on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line. Somebody went to Couples Negril last year and they enjoyed it a lot, but they want to go back again. Is that still available in 2026?
Yes. So Couples Negril is a very, very well-known property that is probably one of the first all-inclusives I ever stayed in my life. Many years ago. It's in Negril, and I think that's what makes it special, is because Negril is the part of Jamaica. Remember, you fly into Montego Bay, and you either stay in Montego Bay or go off to one of the resort areas, which is Negril or Ocho Rios. Now, Ocho Rios always was thought of kind of as a bohemian type place where kind of the old hippies went back in the day, but now it's really more about this beautiful 7-mile white sand beach. It's an all-inclusive adults-only resort, which I think, again, is one of the first, I think it was the first adults-only resort I ever went to. And if I was to guess, they will probably continue with Apple Leisure Group offering at least one, if not two, nonstop flights out of Milwaukee during the winter season.
Oh, well, it sounds like a great trip, as well as so many others. And if you've got questions for Rose Gray, you can get through on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. And don't forget to text the letters FWT, do it in capital letters, FWT, to 855-616-1620. And you're going to learn more about the featured deals to Europe and beyond. It's 9:30, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, here's Sean Brenda.
Thanks, Slippy. Milwaukee police are investigating multiple shootings that took place Friday night and early Saturday morning. The first shooting took place just after 7 p.m. near the corners of Locust Street and 47th Street. 40-year-old victim was shot and taken to the local hospital for treatment. And the second shooting happened at around 12:30 a.m. near the corners of Teutona Avenue and Wright Street. 3 people were shot and taken to local hospitals for treatment as well. At this time, Milwaukee police are searching for suspects and are investigating each incident. And 13-year-old Lillian Nasala has been found safe by the Oak Creek Police Department. Nasala went missing Saturday, March 1st, after telling her family she needed to get some fresh air after leaving her house near South Pennsylvania Avenue and East Forest Hill on foot. Her cell phone was found at the Abend Sheen Skate Park on Sunday. Police say this is still an active investigation. And the Trump administration's new tariff threat, a 250% surcharge on dairy products from Canada. The president says that these new tariffs could take effect next Monday or Tuesday, just the latest whiplash since President Trump imposed 25% tariffs on all goods from Canada and Mexico on March 4th. The president signaling that this volatility is here to stay. The president is also defending his administration's mass firings of federal workers, brushing off concerns that these sweeping firings will impact the labor market. Take a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. Got one incident on the road at the exit to Hampton Avenue from I-41 US Route 45 South, and that roads are looking clear across the Milwaukee area.
This report sponsored by Exterior Pros and Baths. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation. Ready to tackle your home improvement project this winter? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. Visit extpros.com today.
All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Saturday's looking mostly sunny with a high of 47 degrees. That will be clear and cool with a low of 30 degrees. Sunday's going to be mostly sunny and mild with a high of 56 degrees. Monday will be partly sunny and mild with a high of 60 degrees. Beginning Tuesday will be partly cloudy, cooler, with a high of 51 degrees, and Wednesday will be mostly cloudy with a high of 47 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 32 degrees. In Green Bay, it is 26 degrees. In Waukesha, it's 33 degrees. Right here in Milwaukee, it's 30 degrees. I'm Sean Brenda. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:32.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
When you come to Kendor Marine, you'll find parts you didn't even know you needed. And if you're a boating enthusiast, like I know you are, then you're going to love wandering the aisles here. We've staked our reputation on thinking just like you. So we know what you need now and what you're going to need later to keep your boat in tip-top shape. This is Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
Hey boaters!
We have the go-to marine store. And it's not just because we have all the boat parts and supplies you'll ever need, including oddball parts you thought you'd never be able to find. And it's also because we're cheaper than the other guys too. So why shop anywhere else? This is Dave Doro from Kendor Marine. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Gotta get away? No one does it better. Back to more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
And Dayton Kane's off today. I'm Libby Collins in for Rose. Getting some questions here, Rose, on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line. And one of them is, when are those new travel schedules coming out?
I know. I sound like I'm teasing people, but we're really trying to release them in groups. And so you see that we already put out 2 for 26 to Africa. And so look forward soon to more coming. So it's a labor of love, and we want to have every I dotted and every T crossed and everything taken care of. And every tour operator or cruise line that we work with doesn't have the same timeline. So we're trying really hard to get them out. We should have 26 out soon. As they become available, I will continue to update and announce them on the air, and then always check that website. And if you're not if you're not receiving our newsletter, I encourage you to go to our website and fill out a form that just says, are you planning a trip? Just say, I would love your newsletter if you're not getting it. And I tell people this. We are not intrusive. We really are not. You will not get more than one email from Fox World Travel a week. And you always have an opportunity to unsubscribe if you'd like. But you won't, because they're so fun and full of information.
You mentioned the trips to Africa. Well, one that we didn't mention, and this is Africa too, and that's Morocco.
Yes, that's
where you're
Morocco.
going in September.
Yes.
How
How
excited
exciting.
are you?
I'm very excited because I've only been there once, and it was just, again, one of those destinations where it was grouped with Spain. So you went to Spain, and then, oh, by the way, we're just going to bop into Morocco for a little bit. And so I just was fascinated by the country and wanted to go back. So this is Moroccan Discovery, and it's September 6th to the 17th. And I would love for you to join us. We, again, if you book by May 8th, there's a $300 off per person savings. And I feel like this itinerary, again, is exactly what I would want to do, which is why we've shared it with the listeners, because it is exactly what I would want to do. It's with our good friends at Insight Vacations, and their motto is the art of traveling in style. And if you know anything about Rose Gray, you know she only likes to travel in style. And so this itinerary is chock full. We really are doing everything that you would want to do, including Casablanca, Fez, Erfoud, Marrakesh, all of the places, round trip Casablanca. So I really feel like September is a great time to go. You're going to be in good hands with Insight Vacations, and I would love for you to join us. So sign up before the discount ends.
So, Rose, are you taking a caftan, or are you waiting to buy them when you get there?
I'm going to buy them, because the ones that I bought in the 90s when I went the first time need replacing.
Oh, yeah. I'd say about now. All right. You mentioned Spain. Somebody has a question about traveling to Spain in April. Besides a passport, are there any other travel documents that they would need?
At this time, no, but I would never make a blanket statement to somebody who is traveling in the future, because as we know, those things can change. At any given time, somebody may say, some country, some union, i.e. the European Union, might say, guess what? We're going to start having a new rule. You have to have a travel authority to visit our country. So stay tuned for that information. It's been put off for a while, but right now, April, it's too soon. They couldn't, in my opinion, they couldn't possibly implement this for April travel. But again, for people who are in the sound of my voice or streaming later or listening to the podcast, never hear me say, no, you don't need anything additional for Spain and think that's it, the end of the story, because soon, coming soon, it may be a travel authority may be a requirement.
All right, another follow-up. We talked about Couples Negril a little while ago. Where is that in relationship to Sandals Negril?
Very close, as a matter of fact. Very close. Yep.
All right. We've got more to talk with Rose Gray about, and if you want to get through, we've got those lines open on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. Another area people are wondering about is that visit tax. Explain what that is again.
Okay, so if you are going to the state of Quintana Roo in Mexico, which basically includes Cancun, Riviera Maya, Tulum, Cozumel, which are resort areas, you are required by the government to pay a visit tax, which they use for improving the region. Now, the text asks, is that included in your airfare? To my knowledge, no. There was talk that some of the major carriers were going to start including it, to my knowledge, and when I just flew into Tulum 2 weeks ago, that is part of Quintana Roo. I looked at my airfare. I actually looked at it to see the breakout of the taxes and if there was any possible way the visit tax was included. I did not see that it was, and so I did the right thing and I paid the visit tax. Now, what people are up in arms about is you pay this and it is quite unlikely that somebody's going to ask to see it, because you basically just have a QR code on your phone that shows that you did in fact pay it. And so just about the time I say nobody's ever asked me for it, 2 trips ago when I was in Cancun, I'm marching by with my phone in hand, proudly showing the QR code to anybody that would ask me to see it, which nobody did. But the people directly behind me, as you're going up the escalator, and if you know Cancun Airport, you know what I'm talking about, got stopped and they were asked to show the QR code that they had paid their visit tax, and they did not. And so they then are whisked away to a little room where you get to go through the process manually at this point in time. Oh, and so it's around $17 a person. That's what it comes to. To me, that is just not worth risking. I'm not going to pay this, and now I'm going to get held up and maybe miss my flight because I didn't pay it.
I know a lot of cruises go to Cozumel as like a day trip. So do you need the visit tax for that?
You
then?
don't. This is only if you're flying in and out.
Okay. All right. So we got that straightened out.
Yep.
And we've got Rose Gray here, and we're going to take more of your questions. And just a reminder, if you haven't done it yet and you want to find out about those featured deals to Europe and beyond, text and this is capital letters, text FWT to 855-616-1620 to learn more. And we'll have more with Rose Gray right after this on the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ. It's 9:42. We're up to 30 degrees, and we're going to get all the way up to 47 today.
Painting your house is a big job. You want it done right. John Mercure here. Do what I did. Go with the professionals, the best in the business at Certa Pro Painters. They do inside, they do outside, and they do it right every single time. As a matter of fact, right now, they've got a spring sales event going on through May 15th. Each Certa Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated, and they do everything the right way. Schedule your free estimate online right now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose Certa Pro Painters. Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Looking to escape the winter chill? Fox World Travel has you covered. Whether it's an all-inclusive vacation with Apple Vacations, a luxurious Princess Cruise, or a European adventure with Globus and Avalon, we create unforgettable experiences just for you. Enjoy last-minute deals, exclusive offers, and personalized itineraries. From booking to boarding, we handle all the details for a stress-free trip. Ready to get out of the cold? Call 866-GO-FOX-GO and mention code RADIO to start planning your getaway today.
Tariffs and the threat of their implementation have become a central part of United States trade and foreign policy. What are tariffs? How are they implemented? And what sectors of the economy could benefit if they're put in place? Join me and Annex Wealth Management's Dave Spano, Chief Economist Brian Jacobson on March 11th at 1 p.m. for their informative webinar. Learn how your portfolio and your financial plan might be impacted and affected by tariffs. Visit the Annex Wealth Management webinar page at WTMJ.com.
You're off to see the wonderful world, and then it's back to your own castle. Make sure yours is beautiful and up to date. Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best contractor for everything on the outside of your castle, welcomes you home to the best it can be. You should not have to worry about your home's integrity while you are away. Let Siding Unlimited ensure it with all the best exterior products. Hometown Siding Unlimited is recognized as one of the best contractors in America by the manufacturers of the nation's best products in siding, roofing, decks, and especially windows. They have the awards. Take the initiative and Siding Unlimited will make you proud to come home every time, whether it's from an exotic tour or from the grocery store. Set up an appointment with Siding Unlimited for your castle renewal now, and we'll see you when you get back. Bon voyage from Siding Unlimited, and then welcome home. SidingUnlimited.com.
Before you pack your suitcase, hear from the experts. Here's more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Bit of a hula.
Yeah, they should probably be watching me because right now I am dancing the hula if you were watching on live stream.
I love it. And that brings us to Hawaii. And we've got some questions from listeners about Hawaii. What advice would you give if that's a trip you want to take?
Right. And so the texter had asked about fall. And fall is a great time to go to Hawaii. Hawaii has got some of the most temperate temperatures and most wonderful climate ever. So there's really, in my opinion, never a bad time to go to Hawaii. Now, we live in the Midwest where we're trying to escape the winter, and both of our Hawaii trips happen in February and March. Both, when I say group trips, they are the Best of Hawaii, which is a 3-island trip, and then Grand Hawaii, which is a 4-island trip. So that means Oahu, Hawaii, and both sides, Kona and Hilo, as well as Maui and Kauai. Now, the Best of Hawaii, the 3-island, we skip Kauai on that one. And we offer those yearly. And we offer those typically in February and March because we know that people from this area want to get out of the cold. But there is really no bad time to go to Hawaii. It's just a very temperate and wonderful climate. What I caution people about when they're going to Hawaii for their first time is don't try to fit too much in too short of a time. We actually have people who think they can see all 4 islands in 7 days. Now, honestly, there is a way to do that, and that would be with a Norwegian Cruise Line cruise that does a 7-day cruise round trip from Honolulu and does see all 4 islands in 7 days. But truth be told, that would be the only way I would even consider it, because that would be crazy flying between the islands. And so, again, we've got experts. We've got people who can help you with all of those details.
So we've got a texter who wants to know, can you go from Las Vegas to Hawaii? I imagine one of the travel advisors can help you on that one.
Absolutely. And quite honestly, you've got a shorter flight. Lucky for you that you live in the western part of the country so that you have a little shorter flight.
All right. Now, just in case, and I know everybody knows this, but if you want to talk to one of those travel advisors, what do you do, Rose?
Well, and I neglected to mention, and I have to be careful because we are probably winding down soon our seasonality where we are open on Saturdays. And so right now, 866-GO-FOX-GO, 866-GO-FOX-GO, from 9 to noon on Saturday, someone will answer your call. Our offices themselves are open, but we do know that we also have people standing by on the phones who can take your call as well. And sometimes I say, fill out that form, and people are like, okay, Rose, that sounds like a lot of work. I think I'm just going to pick up the phone and make the call. That's another great way to do it. You can at least get the ball rolling. Are they going to be able to give you an answer today? Like, I want a 14-day, 4-island Hawaii trip. They'll take all your information and say, let me work on some itineraries for you, and together we'll create the itinerary you're looking for. I'll touch base with you next week. But at least you started that conversation.
Talking about itineraries, somebody's taking a cruise to Croatia and Italy. They're going to be in Venice for a day, and they want to know, what should they do when they're there? Should they take a gondola ride or go to St. Market Square?
I think all of the above. So you've got to, again, be a little bit careful. Like when you say a day in Venice, do you have a full day in Venice? Are you overnighting in Venice? Or are you really there from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Of course, Piazza San Marco, which is St. Mark's Square, don't miss it. It's amazing. Stop and have a Bellini. Take in the people watching. It's an amazing experience. Walk across the Rialto Bridge. If you have the time and you can make the gondola ride work, it's something you'll never forget. Is it hokey? Maybe. Is it overpriced? Absolutely. But I would not ever think of taking my first trip to Venice without doing a gondola ride.
We've got Rose Gray here. It's 9:50. We're going to have more from her right after this. We're going to be answering that question about how far out you should book international flights to Europe and get the cheapest fares. It's coming all up on the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Whatever you want to call this season, we're over it. Time to look forward to
fly ball, right field. It is deep. It is gone.
Spring training is finally here and back on the radio.
Back again and gone again for Hoskins.
Make sure to catch our next spring training broadcast as the Brewers take on the Angels Saturday at 2. No matter the season, we are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
From sliding framed, semi-frameless, or frameless glass shower doors to heavy all-glass custom enclosures that can be built to fit any opening, at Less's Glass, we cover all the bases. But our biggest strength isn't only our selection. It's in our installation experience. We've been around nearly 40 years, and you only last that long if your installers leave the job the way your customers expect it to be left. Other places can sell you a glass shower enclosure, and some of those big guys may even be able to do it for a little cheaper. But the question you need to ask yourself is, will the job be done right? So remember, paying for quality only hurts once, but it does feel good when you get what you expect. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Is outdoor living limited at your place? Well, imagine a deck, a patio, pergola, fire pit, maybe even an outdoor kitchen in your yard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a local, family-owned company that consults, designs, and builds these things. And they're the best. Let them make Outdoor Living Unlimited in your yard like they did in ours. We are Wisconsin. We live outdoors as much as possible. Make the most of it with help from Outdoor Living Unlimited. See OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Take care of your vacation issues before you hit the road. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
And if you haven't done it already, text the letters in capitals, FWT, to 855-616-1620. And you can learn more about the featured deals to Europe and beyond. We've got Rose Gray here. And Rose, speaking of Europe, how far out should you book those fares?
You know, it's so tricky. I really wish I had a crystal ball that I could just look in and say, don't wait, don't do it now, because in 3 months or 2 months or whatever it is, seasonality has a great deal to do with international flights, especially when we're talking about Europe, because May, June, July, August, and into September is their high season. And so if you are traveling during that time, you're going to pay a bit more, and it's kind of tricky to judge when you should buy the tickets. Now, another thing I always say is this: if you have a tour booked or an event happening, your husband and your son and their daughter-in-law are stationed in Germany and they're having a baby and you want to get there, you've got an event that you've got to be there for. You don't really have a lot of time to wait. You booked a tour. But it didn't include airfare, and now you're adding the airfare. Well, you've got a start date and an end date to that tour. You are kind of limited to what you can be looking at. If you're just, we're going to go anytime, we're not really sure, we don't really know when we're going to go, you can just keep looking and looking and looking and go, holy cow, I just found a really good airfare on these dates. I'm going to book that, and then I'm going to create my itinerary. So there's two different ways to look at it, I guess.
And other ways to get to Europe are those transatlantic voyages. And they have some pretty good fares as they're repositioning ships. And we've got one of our fans who's taking a trip like that to Barcelona. And they want to know what to expect on a transatlantic cruise.
Well, it's a long journey. And Libby, you are 100% right. That's what's happening. These ships are being repositioned usually from the Caribbean, and now they're going to go sail in Europe for the season, or the Baltics for the season, or whatever it may be. And so you can take advantage of these really good fares as they're trying to get you to get on these ships because they don't want to sail with an empty ship. Now, clearly there's most of the time nowhere to stop. So you are going to be on the ship for pretty many days. Do you like cruising? They're going to have lots of entertainment. They're going to do lectures. They're going to do arts and crafts. They're going to do dance classes. The shows will be going on every night. Oftentimes, they will bring people in who know about the various ports that you're going to see once you arrive, and they give you some history lessons and things like that. Oftentimes, they'll make the dining experience fun by changing things up a little bit. So they're very much tailored to people who love cruising. I do recommend that you have some seasickness medication of some sort, even if it's over the counter. I like non-drowsy Bonine that I've recommended to people in the past because they tell me that the Dramamine that is not non-drowsy does do exactly that, make them drowsy, because it can get pretty rough in the middle of the Atlantic sometimes of the year. There can be storms December through May kind of a thing. And I would say just take advantage of everything the ship is offering you, and relax. Learn to relax. Maybe this is your opportunity to read all the books you've put aside for a while, or watch all the movies. They've often got not only movies in your room, but they'll show movies in the theater when it's not being used during the day. So take advantage of all of that. So that's about what it's like.
I have friends who live in Europe, and they take that cruise every year. And one of the things they really like about it is when they get there, because they're obviously going to be spending time, is they don't have to deal with jet lag.
Exactly.
So if you're going on a long trip to Europe, it is one way to get there without having to suffer from that. All right, now, somebody wants to go to the Grand Canyon in Sedona. What do you do once you get there, Rose?
Well, first of all, I always tell people be cautious about the Grand Canyon. Make sure there's no snow in your future because the passes can get, tricky. You're going to probably fly into Phoenix and then you're going to drive to the Grand Canyon. And I had somebody that asked if they could do that while they were out there for spring training. And I have had done it myself. You can run into closed passes and you can run into snow. So be very cautious about that. Sedona is wonderful. Sedona it used to be a little hidden gem. I don't know that it's so hidden anymore, but it's out in the desert and there are lots and lots of shops. The artisans and crafters and potters and weavers and all of those people have shops galore, jewelry like crazy. And what to do in Sedona, enjoy it. But I got to say, another thing that people might think is a little hokey is the Pink Jeep Tour. And there's other companies out there now that do it, but that is one of the most fun things you will absolutely ever do.
And finally, Rose, if you've got questions about any kind of travel, who do we call?
866-GO-FOX-GO. Our website is full of information. And if you ever have any questions, like I can't find something, or Rose mentioned this on your website and I can't find it, just fill out the Plan Your Trip. It's just like stay connected. Stay connected in the top corner. We'll give you a form to fill out. But even if it says plan your trip, don't plan a trip. Just say, I heard Rose say this. I don't know where it is. Can you help me find it? And they will help you. Again, stay tuned because I don't know how long our seasonal hours will be happening. But I know they're going to go through the end of March. How does that make you sound?
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Rose, great. As always, it's good to hear you, and we'll hear you again next week on the Fox World Travel Show. I'm Libby Collins. Money Talk is up after the news on WTMJ.
The preceding program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma Brands.
You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella windows and doors at 0% interest. You get so much more than stunning windows and doors. It's the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
This is Jeff Johnson.
And I'm Jason Johnson.
And together we're part of Johnson & Sons Paving.
Get your parking lot ready now for spring and avoid paying for extra repairs later on.
We'll come out to your property and walk it with you.
Potholes, damaged asphalt, damaged concrete, standing water, you name it. We'll talk to you about your options and fix it.
Plan a budget, set up an overall schedule with Johnson & Sons Paving.
It's all about doing it right the first time. Call us today to schedule a walkthrough and free estimate.
JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
The Bucks are about to show the Magic some real sorcery.
Here's a drive inside. Giannis goes, speaking of blow-bys, right past Powell to the cup and